Hello everyone, here's a WGM Nino Maisuradze from France. So I finished my competition in Africa, Tunisia, Jerba, and made a quick jump to another continent as a true chess globetrotter. And right now I'm competing in Paris. It's called Coupe de Palais, and for my club, Barreau de Paris Échec. I played two games. I won both of the games today against lower rated opponents. And to be honest, first I could not manage because of so much trips and playing to catch up with all games in Jerba Open. But already I started another competition, and you could may think like that I'm here to comment at least on today's games, but actually today I want to make a, let's say, special recording where I'm gonna talk about Spassky, which passed away this week, unfortunately, at the age of 88. And he was one of my favorite players, if not the favorite player. And today I wanted to narrate to you how I met Spassky. So we have never played, but I have here today one short game to show it to you. Played against GM Grandmaster Safarli, which is really strong Grandmaster. He was rated 2,656 when I played him. I was rated 2,268, and we played in 2016 in Dubai Open, so it's quite a while now. Spassky was still a bit younger than lately. And other day I already showed some game of mine, but that video actually was in French from Dubai, but it was not the same year because Dubai Open I have played at least 4 times. So that day, Spassky got absolutely captivated by this game, and he kept calculating all the lines during the game and stayed there during the hours to watch this game. That was the first round, and look how it went. I had black against Grandmaster Safarli, and after 96, he came knight c3. He did not play the open Sicilian. e5, bishop c4, d6, d3, bishop e7, and that's a classical plan, right? To go knight d2 with idea knight f1, knight e3, and knight to come by circulation here, right, somewhere, or maybe second knight, mostly second knight, but okay. Oops, my chess base got stuck. In mid-recording, sadly. That's funny. Okay, all is good. Exists, of course, another plan as well, just to castle here. Actually, how funny it is, like 5 days ago or so, accidentally I was discussing this position with Grandmaster Vasily Ivanchuk, which is absolute legend, right? And I was lucky to have his opinion about these positions because I lost a game in Jerba and he kindly just gave me some advice after the game. So, okay, what about that time? I went after knight d2, some bold move f5. It's pretty aggressive. And my opponent did not react properly, I think, and he went with he just continued his plan, but I don't think it works so well on this particular line. And after h5, takes came. Actually, he almost started to be already worse. After bishop g4 in this position, so white are in bit in trouble already, to be honest here, because if queen d2, he started to think a lot here. f3, g3, h4, and it's really still unpleasant. This pressure on h file is somewhat disturbing, right? But okay, other position is not a pleasure neither. So f3, check, and my opponent is losing castle. He went here. Actually, that's pretty funny, but the best move was apparently King D2, according computer. Look how ugly it looks. Like, what's this? Like, it looks like a bone cloud that Hikaru Nakamura plays, right, against Carlsen. Actually, one day I should show you my game against Hikaru, a classical game from Canada. But not today. So here's the idea of king d2 probably is to play c3 and probably king one day will go to c2 and just to take out from the danger zone actually, right? I have this theory actually, which is that sometimes you have to cut the position in triangle. So it's my own invention of a chess strategy. I have not read anything like that in any book, but maybe it exists, I don't know. And usually, if you are close to triangle corner, it means it's a danger zone. That's why more far away king would be somewhere on totally opposite side from this triangle corner, let's say, safer it is. So, and so that's you know, something to keep in mind. If you can maybe thanks to pawn chain recognize the I talk about this chain, recognize some kind of triangle pattern and avoid the danger zone. After this, I played bishop d7. Actually, probably bishop e6 was a bit better, but I wasn't so sure probably about this check and this exchange, which is fine in reality, and black are doing great. I went here, bishop d2, g5, I'm pressing, h3, maybe not so precise, but okay, g4. Actually, maybe I went g4 slightly quickly. Computer prefers some kind of king fate. I think maybe idea is even to go that way and liberate some kind of pieces because I cannot castle anywhere. But okay, I went directly, you know, I was like pressing kind of my mind at least. I took, and suddenly here comes a surprise. I think, at least for me it was a surprise. I don't know if it was a surprise for Spassky. Which was watching this position. Suddenly he comes this. G3. Oh my God, what is this? I did not see it, I think, in the game. I did not expect G3. But apparently it's the best move, I think. It's the best move of computer. Because what happens now, suddenly my opponent starts to wake up and plays super precise, like because already beginning of the game did not go really as it should have gone. You know, here I made imprecision. I took that way, which is only equal apparently, but I could have obtained great advantage if I was going more like a Spassky style actually, because one way of doing it was queen g5, very strong move. Idea is that the white capture here, we capture, and apparently this pressure on h file is huge. We can even just long castle, just add the pieces, no matter that we are pieced down. Another variation here is white to capture here, and here is absolutely insane lines. That one where I can just apparently go that way, and the white captures, I just literally long castle to bring up the pieces, and if check something on this, I just take apparently. And even here, blacker somehow better. But actually, the best line is even not queen g5 here. Best line is knight d4. G h probably, and we take again, and if check, we should not take the knight. Rook is hanging on h4, so I just should go on king f2, king g7, strong move with a decisive advantage. How crazy is this game? Like if they take, apparently even here I don't take back or anything, like just come here. I don't even know anymore how many pieces I'm lacking, right? Yeah, right now I would be like a piece and the rook down. How beautiful it is. And on queen g1, apparently I have check and that, and threatens on f3 here. So they protect this, and somehow black wins here. So actually my question is how deeply Spassky calculated, because I really regret not to have talked with him, because after that game, Spassky kept coming and watching my games daily until the end of the competition. Of course, he was passing and watching more or less like top board games, at least, like, or more or less everyone's games, let's say that way. But I can say that he stayed really particularly at this game. Um, I think one of the reasons actually is that, first of all, it's really sharp position, totally his style. Because even though Kasparov somewhere named him as a universal player, but then even Kasparov somewhere also contradicted himself for saying that, yeah, he's such an initiative player, right? Yeah, sure. I mean, any world champion is a universal player because they know how to play all kind of positions, so for sure. They are really good at everything. But definitely for me, Spassky is a very bold, risky player with a huge sense of initiative and creativity. And that's exactly what I admired in him. And actually, this position was particularly interesting for him, but I think this position is somewhat alike to one of his games, which is Bent Larsen against Boris Spassky from 1970, played in Belgrade. I think that was Soviet Union against the world or something, that kind of event. You should check it up. Of course, it's not exactly the same position, but it's extremely similar, like H file running there too, where Spassky brilliantly won that game. So with his huge capacity to exactly, he knows how to finish this kind of positions. I'm sure he saw here knight d4 at least. And I'm thinking that if it was Spassky at my place, he would have beaten up probably Safarli that day. he just, I don't know if he saw queen g5, to be honest. It's such a strange move. But at his knight d4 definitely comes into mind. I think even me, I hesitated during the game about knight d4 bit, but I did not dare to play it or something. So okay, I just took, right? Opponent came here, and apparently I'm committing another slight imprecision, like something like this is still equal. I came here, Safarli played the best move f4. I went like this f5, knight f3 is the best move. But here comes bishop h6, and this is still absolutely in clear position. Apparently I should go here, rook h8, on bishop g7, just try to repeat the moves, and in case he doesn't want repetition, I apparently have this strong move. Take king f7, placing my king in front of the bishop strangely. If check, I take, they take, I take. And how strange is this position that I'm 2 exchanges down in this position, right? I mean, white has rook and second rook versus bishop and knight, and some bunch of strange pawns on g4 and g3. And computer says that this position is equal. So I think it's pretty amazing that it's such a mess, right? Such a mess that even with so much material down is absolutely unclear position. I wonder even here too what Spassky saw, what he did not see, because he was intensively watching this game, as I said. Instead, I included this intermediate move. And okay, white move, now I can come, but he correctly took here, my opponent. And I took as well correctly, because now what happens if I take this bishop? White has extremely strong move. If you want to try to find it, you can pause. Okay, so the move is here, tactical move is bishop e7, and I'm losing with this strange fork, right? Because if I capture, white has various way of winning. Even this check is good with some, it's complex lines, but I think simpler is just take. And if I take, check, if this kind of maneuvers, it's still not that entirely clear, but computer stage just lost. My king is too exposed, queen h6 check coming, etc. Some problems here. So, because I saw this, I took here correctly, and now I expected him to go here. I would have probably played this and etc. But sadly, my opponent makes a strong move, intermediate move, queen c1, sorry, and of course wants to come here with check, right? I don't want to let it, and please note that I cannot place anything like this because they will just take, cannot take with the knight, captures the bishop, and here we have these problems. So I just went king g7, right? white played check, and that's why I played really apparently badly. I blundered some amazing move. I went here, and apparently, how illogical it may sound, king f7 is a move that I did not guess during the game. Again, placing in front of bishop. But okay, at least now bishop is under attack, so it's not so simple. But I can tell you what I missed. I missed here, check, and I thought I just can go here, sorry, on h7 and be safe, but here comes this strong queen g5 devastating move. How beautiful is this? That's amazing. That wasn't the game, because once knight e7 played, I saw now the queen g5, but it was too late that I blundered this move. And if I take, I'm checkmate. I'm checkmated that way. Pretty brilliant move, right? Brilliant idea. How paradoxal is that if I had seen queen g5 idea on time, there's a huge probability that then I would have by force gone king f7, right? And look, one of the line which was possible to occur was to white goes, for instance, which is not forced. There's some rook h4 taking, also interesting move, but for instance. And here apparently I can come queen h8. Let this check happen. I somehow should not take on f6. Lines are absolutely insane. One more time, go that way. They capture here. I should not take the knight. I should take here. And if knight just starts to come back, knight d4. That's a computer line, of course, and I have not calculated anything like that during the game. And on rook f1, computer suggests just queen f3. How beautiful. On the other hand, who knows? Maybe Spassky calculated all that. Maybe. And the thing here is that after taking, king should go here, because otherwise there's some knight e2 check and also g2 check, bishop h3 check. And here, black should play this insanely strong move c4, not to give a check yet. And if white takes, now to give a check, king goes, knight comes, and we threaten this bishop g3 checkmate. So white should sacrifice the queen. We take, they take f2, and black are winning. How absolutely insane subline could have occurred in this game, probably. And why c4 is important, right? This is a good question. Why not just directly g2 check? And the thing is that apparently here, white may play that move. Idea is that on bishop g3 check to have king h3. So it's not checkmate anymore. That's why c4 to lock the bishop. And if we take, they take. And here, if we take, they take, for instance, actually I should take before, because they can take on g3. But okay, something we may reach this position with different move order. And here, black still has this bishop e1, but of course you cannot take because there's this f2, right? f2. But there's this, and why I'm showing this position is that black are simply rook down, but computer says it's equal. So I mean, in these games, each time material means absolutely nothing. How crazy! I mean, this, I don't know. So unfortunately, nothing like that happened in the game, because as I went here incorrectly this time, there's this check happened, as I said, and suddenly I took, because when I realized that I'm getting checkmated, and that of course is lost, even though I pick up some material, it's not enough. He correctly re-sacrificed some material, took, I came, took this one. And even this is beautiful, because he doesn't want to have some slight problems, like, I don't know, if he plays slightly inaccurate, still he has to slightly be careful, like don't blunder anything like this, or I don't know. Just there's a little tiny risk of perpetual check or something. So he just promoted to, if I take with a bishop, idea is to take here, and knight is hanging now, so I have to take that way. That was a game. Queen d1, rook a6 to protect d6 pawn, took this, and I resigned here, because It's really ugly now. Material down. My king is exposed already, and you know. But it was such an interesting game, and that was my first time when I, when I saw Spassky. you know, it was so funny and strange sensation when in this position I turn my head and there is a Spassky with dark sunglasses watching my game. Um, in the playing call where there is no sun. And you're wondering, like, am I crazy or is this really Spassky? Because I checked up the players list and I did not see Spassky there, but only later I discovered that he was a honorary guest of a ruler of Dubai. And so he just enjoyed watching the games. Pity he did not play by himself. Actually, it could have happened, right? Anyway, he stayed whole competition. Um, I have to say that we share something, I share something else with Spassky. We both naturalized French and we both represented France, French Federation in chess. He escaped from Soviet Union, he wasn't really happy about being born there, let's say so. But in spite of this, actually, the time that I naturalized and won French championship first time, 2013, he was already almost not playing chess. So we did not have this opportunity to cross at chess events in France. So had to go to Dubai to cross him. Still, it's such a exceptional memory for me. I cherish this memory that he watched during the hours this game, and not only, and also I lost this day. He kept coming, as I said, and a few days later, actually, I was against lower rated player than Safarli. And actually, I placed pretty beautiful tactics and won against one player in pretty beautiful way. And Spassky was still there, and he saw these combinations, and I was happy that at least that day I won that game. If you stay on the channel and keep watching upcoming videos, one of these days, I don't know exactly when, but probably in this month, at some point I want to start this series where I'm going to analyze a great players' games, and of course I'm going to also analyze Spassky games. So, stay tuned, as we say. Don't forget to click like and to subscribe if you enjoy this content. And see you next time.